We are so trained to overlook the things in our life that we are creating because we say it's a coincidence. Oh, wow, that's crazy. How did that happen? You made it happen. What do you mean? What's up, y'all? If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tierica, and I like to post videos about the law of assumption, manifestation, and mindset shifting, sharing my own personal beliefs and experiences with the intention that you can take something from what I talk about and apply it to your life to create the reality of your dreams. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, so y'all, we have literally reached the end of my tangent, this rabbit hole I went down, whatever you want to call it. And if y'all have watched all of my videos this week from Monday to today, I want to say that I appreciate you for watching the video, commenting, just leaving your own perspectives, your own beliefs in the comments. Like, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm not going to lie, like yesterday's video, for me, it was like a little bit of a struggle just to record or to just get the information out, but I just appreciate y'all allowing me to express myself. I just have thoughts like this, y'all, and it's usually, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's usually when I'm smoking and I meditate. I just can really go off into a whole nother tangent with my thoughts. I start thinking about all kind of stuff, and if y'all want me to start posting videos of my high thoughts, let me know, and I will make more videos of them. But this was just something that I really wanted to express. Like, these ideas were things that I just really wanted to say so that people can hear it, and whatever it does for you, whether it resonates with you or it doesn't, I just intend that it helps you in whatever way possible for yourself, in the best way possible for you. So I just like putting the information out there. If y'all tune into my stuff, I really appreciate it, because at the end of the day, the world is just filled with thoughts, right? It's just full of thoughts. There's infinite thoughts. That's literally what we're experiencing every day, is just a creation of people's thoughts and beliefs, imagination, all of this stuff. And we are in this like so intricate but so intelligent realm, if you will. I don't know what you want to call it, reality, whatever. We exist in this place all together, and I just think it's amazing. I think it's beautiful, and I'm just so like open to the possibilities of everything. So that's just me, that's just how I am. And then I just like to share it. I feel called to share it, y'all. Like, I really do. I feel called to share these things because somebody somewhere could use some piece of information from each and every one of us, and that's literally why I'm here, to share my information and intend that it resonates with you in some type of way, or makes your life better in some kind of way. But that was just my little tangent that I had to do. Thank you. But this is the last video of the, I don't even know what you want to call it. You are God. You are the creator. Everything is from you. So I know I said it in a couple of videos ago. I think in my Q&A, I had mentioned the audiobook, One Truth, One Law, I Create by Aaron Worley. I had discovered the book, and when I discovered it and listened to it, I kid you not, the book, first of all, is like 2.5 hours long. And I listened to it, and when it was done, I listened to it again, back to back. Like, no questions asked, because it was that good. And it just answered a lot of questions. It validated a lot of things for me. It really did help me a lot, and there are so many gems in the book. I do feel like there are some parts that are still limiting when you listen to it, but that's just me. I'm like a limitation indicator. At the moment I hear you saying something that is final or can't be done or whatever, nope, I don't believe, because I just don't believe that. So there were just a couple of moments in the book, but overall, like, the book is amazing. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. If you have not listened to the book, please go listen to it, because that's really what this video is going to be about. Just me sharing my thoughts on the book, recapping some of the gems that I loved from it, that I took from it, but I highly encourage you to go listen to the book yourself. I did put together a playlist of audiobooks that I have either listened to all the way through or I've started and just didn't finish it. But I do have a playlist of those, and I feel like I can put a link for it above. But just make sure you check my playlist. It says audiobooks and you'll find it in there. Let's go ahead and talk about it. The whole thing behind One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create, the whole theme of the book, there is a narrator reading the book, and they are reading it basically from the point of view of the God that is within Aaron, all right? But it is the God that is within all of us. Now, if you don't want to use the word God, that is totally fine. You could use source, you could use creation. Just like from yesterday's video, you could use the one, you could say the universe. Whatever word resonates with you the most, that's what you should use. But at the end of the day, it's an infinite intelligence that we all exist from. It's just all that there is, and that is what we're existing from. So in the book, it is from the point of view of all that there is. And they are basically, so her husband is asking questions to God, and God is answering it. So think about it this way. If y'all were ever in the law of attraction, all right, you definitely saw Abraham Hicks. You probably listened to the videos before. You may still listen to them. It's the same thing. How Esther would be channeling I think Esther was channeling Abraham. I haven't listened to their work in so long, but I believe it's Esther, and she is channeling an entity, Abraham Hicks. Well, basically, in this book that I am discussing about today, it is telling you that anytime you have somebody that says that they are channeling an entity, they are communicating with their God self. They're communicating with the all that there is, but they think that there's a separation. They think that they are this person and then this is another entity that's being channeled, when it's just one. It's a part of you. It's not separate from you. It's not another entity. It is literally just your God consciousness. All that there is, the one, like, is just your source. So that's how the book starts off, and basically the entire book is just a series of her husband asking questions about how do we create, what is fear, just there's so many questions that he has. He has some really good questions. I'm not gonna lie, he has some really good questions, and the responses were from the God self. So Aaron is not talking at all. It's literally God communicating. So one of the biggest things that stood out to me in that book was your persona. You have your persona, which you can identify that as being your ego. All right. That is basically your conscious mind, if you will. And then you have your God self. All right. We're just going to use the word God because it's just easier for me to say in this video. But again, refer to it however you want. But you have your persona, which is your conscious mind, and it is your fearful mind. And then you have your God mind, which is all that there is, all knowing. So when you are faced in situations where you are worrying, where you are doubting, where you are being fearful, those are all coming from the persona, because your God self knows that everything exists. Your God self knows that everything just is. Basically, just to put that into perspective, let's say you are wanting to manifest something, right? And you decide that you're going to manifest this thing. You are going to bring whatever this thing is into your experience, and you instantly start having doubtful thoughts. You start worrying, you start panicking, you start thinking, is it possible? Can I even experience this? And just all kind of thoughts centered around that. Those are all coming from your persona. That is not coming from your true self. That is not coming from your God self. That is from your persona, your ego that is worried and panicking, and it comes from a place of lack. It comes from a place of fear, of doubt, of worry. And that's what we want to stop associating ourselves with. And honestly, it's really freeing because I feel like that's the space that I've been in lately for myself, is just letting go, not necessarily letting go of the things that I'm manifesting, but letting go of all of the things that do not serve me. Why am I going to think these negative thoughts? Why am I going to keep worrying about if something is possible for me or not? Why am I going to keep searching and looking all over the internet for an answer when all of the answers and everything lies within me? And that's really the space that I've been in lately. So it's like I just don't worry about stuff. I don't question. Even if people are questioning me about things about myself, I don't care. Like, it's just irrelevant. You know what I mean? I feel like, I believe the more that I persist as this person, even the stuff around, like, there's just not going to be no evidence of anything that I have to worry about. Anything, like, there's just nothing. Everything happens, everything appears, everything is what I say it is. And having that type of mentality, I know, is persisting from the God self, the all that there is within, going within and understanding that you have the power to create everything. That's literally what we're here for. That's what we're here to do. We are here to, and this is another point from the book, you pull these experiences from the spiritual realm into this physical realm. You are pulling whatever it is that you are desiring from the imagination, from all that there is, this source of all creation, and you are bringing it into your physical reality to experience on a day-to-day basis. And that is literally like what we're here for. I believe that. So it should take away some of the stress and the worrying and the, like, it should take away all of these chattery thoughts that you're having. Because when you realize that you are having these opposing thoughts, understand that that is not your God self. And this is another point that the book made: how to communicate with your God self. They had even gave an exercise which it almost just sounded like a meditation, where you go and you sit down and it's quiet and you just you breathe, relax, and then you ask yourself a question. Okay, so if you're wanting to manifest something, ask yourself the question, and wait for an answer from within, from yourself. If it doesn't happen the first time, you just keep trying. It's in the book. It's just a technique or something to try, but they made another point that made it a little bit easier. And basically, to communicate with your God self, they said start talking to your persona and use your name when you're talking to your persona. So let's just say I want to manifest money, right? And then I start worrying about bills and stuff. Well, instead of saying, oh my gosh, why am I worrying about these bills? No, say, Tierica, why are you worried about the bills? You know that we are good. Why are you worried? You know that money comes to us easily and effortlessly. Don't worry. So it's like you're talking to yourself, but you're talking to your persona. You're talking to your ego, and you're basically using your name, attaching to that. If that does, I hope that makes sense. Y'all let me know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I get it. Because then if you are doing that, right, and you're talking to yourself by addressing yourself by your name, it's like, and I know some of us have been there, where you are just spazzing out about something, and then you're like, now Tierka, get it together. Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? It's basically like that. You're talking to yourself, bringing it to your attention, like, what? No, this is not what we are here to do. And that's you basically speaking to the persona. I thought that was a really good exercise to do, especially if you are wanting to connect more so with that God self of you, that knowingness in you. Because at the core of us all, there is this all knowing that anything is possible. It is all of these layers of conditioning and beliefs and where we grew up and society and just all of this stuff that was placed upon us, that it's like an onion. You know what I'm saying? The onion got all these layers. At the core of that onion, at the core of you, is a all knowing, all that there is. I I just believe that. All right. The other point that they made in the book that I really loved was, they talked about coincidences. And I do have an older video up where I made it because of this book, but I'm just going to put it in this video too. So I I always was like, yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything happens for a reason. That was like my initial mindset, especially coming from teachings of the law of attraction. I was like, oh, yeah, coincidences aren't real. It's divine timing. Everything is happening for a reason. But then when I listened to this book and I had experienced some unfolding of things that I was not happy about. And I'm just sitting here like, there's no way this is a coincidence. There's no way that this is happening for a reason. Like it really shook me to my core. Okay. It shook me up. And when I listened to this book and I heard her say that coincidences are just evidence of your thoughts creating, that made so much sense. Okay. Coincidences are just evidence that your thoughts are creating. That's it. It's literally just showing you that your thoughts create. There are no coincidences. I don't believe that. You can believe whatever you want, but I do not believe in coincidences. And that when I heard that, it made sense because we are this is also this is also a point in the book, y'all. We are so trained to overlook the things in our life that we are creating because we say it's a coincidence. Oh, wow, that's crazy. How did that happen? You made it happen. What do you mean? You made it happen. That everything is a creation from you. Just like how I said in my Monday video, how I could sit here and say, you're going to see a lime green car, or you could tell yourself that you see a lime green car. It's not a coincidence that a lime green car popped up right when y'all were listening to the video. You know, some of y'all told me like you were driving and by the end of the video you saw a lime green car. That is not a coincidence. That is literally evidence that your thoughts create. That's all that it is. And we are so conditioned to think the opposite and to say, "Wow, that's amazing," or "Wow, that's crazy," or "How did that happen?" No, we're looking everywhere outside instead of within and claiming I made that happen. Oh yeah, I definitely made that happen. So then this leads me to my next and final point because I do not want to talk y'all ear off. Please go listen to the book, but I'm intending that this excites you to go listen to it, okay? And especially if you're a smoker, go smoke and listen to the book because so good. Anyway, this leads me to the final point that I want to make, which is pay attention to when you are creating things. They said this, and I love this. It actually helped me at one point in time because I was doing this before I had even read the book. So you are going to keep track of all the things that you are creating, and it doesn't matter if you perceive it as small, if you perceive it as big. It does not matter. Every time you notice that you create something, I want you to write it down. That is what they said, and that makes sense because then it shows you just how powerful you really are and how effortless your creations can be brought into your experience effortlessly. There's nothing for you to worry about. There's nothing for you to think that you have to sit and do 1,000 techniques and you have to do all these things. It's not like that. It's really not like that. And if you look back on your life and you look at the things that you manifested without knowing you were manifesting, what did you do? What did you do? You didn't do 1,000 techniques to get there. You know what I mean? Like, what did you do? So I want you to write it down, and I want to give you an example. Twice, it was two different times where this happened to me, and they were both coming from my live stream. So clearly, y'all can see when I talk about things that I like, I tend to talk a lot, and I'm not a talker. Only when it's things that I like, I will talk. And when I would be doing my live streams, I'm just talking, that's all it is for me to do is talk. So, two different times on my live streams. One time I was talking and I was just like, oh yeah, I love yellow dragon fruit. They're the best ones. Never get the red kind. Yellow dragon fruit is so great. Da, 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 da. And we were talking about dragon fruit. I literally get off the live and I opened up Facebook and the first post on Facebook was a post somebody made about yellow dragon fruit. Anybody else would have looked at that and been like, oh my God, that's a coincidence. What a coincidence. No, that is not a coincidence. That is proof, literal proof in front of me that my thoughts create. And all I did was talk about the yellow dragon fruit. And now here they are on a Facebook post. And it happened again. I was talking about TLC. And I don't know what it was that I was talking about TLC. I used to do like R&B nights where I would play like 90s R&B playlists and stuff. And I know I was talking about TLC. And I went to the skating rink that same night and somebody had a TLC shirt on. You don't just walk around seeing people with a TLC shirt on, like not on a regular. It usually be like Tupac or something. So when I seen that, it makes me smile. And those are always my like favorite manifestations because I didn't put in not a piece of effort. I didn't think about anything. I didn't overcomplicate it. I didn't overthink it. I just was talking about TLC and then boom, there goes somebody with a t-shirt on. So the fact that even that smallest detail, like that's not a coincidence, but that is something that is so simple that we would overlook and give credit to something else outside of us for how this appeared in our reality. No, I want you to start taking credit for the things that you create, because what that's going to do is it's going to build your confidence and it's going to build up your it's just going to build up your confidence in who you are and what you are capable of. Like, I can't stress that enough. You are an amazing being who is capable of doing so much. So much. And just knowing that brings me a lot of joy. And that's why I enjoy sharing just like my thoughts and stuff, because I really feel like it can help you to understand that in some type of way, however it fits your lifestyle. It's not a one size fits all. So take that away from this video. Start keeping note of all of the details that you see in your life that you are creating, because it's going to prove to you how you create it all. All right. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down for me below. If you need a guide or assistance with your manifestations, I do offer coaching. I have the link for it in the description. I offer 5 and 10 emails currently, but I'm about to update it because I think I want to add in coaching phone calls. So y'all let me know if you're interested in coaching phone calls, because I feel like I may add it in there. It'll be super limited for now because of my schedule, but I still feel like I want to offer those too. So y'all let me know in the comments if you're interested in something like that. And if you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next video.